With Manhattan District Attorney Cy Vance retiring after 12 years in office, and the person before Vance, Robert Morgenthau, holding the position for nearly 34 years. The job of Manhattan District Attorney isn't a wide open race very often.
But it is this year, and it comes at a critical time as the city sees a spike in crime. Joining us this morning, the Democratic candidate for Manhattan DA, Alvin Bragg. Nice to have you back on Good Day New York.
Good morning. Great to be here.
So let's talk about crime, because obviously it's on everybody's mind. How do you fight crime at the same time being very, well, sensitive to disparities in the system?
You know, it's certainly on my mind. I had a shooting on my block about 10 days ago and had to navigate a crime scene with my young children to get home. Look, I've been doing this for 20 plus years. Growing up in Harlem, I had a gun pointed at me 6 times, 3 by the police and 3 by people who weren't police. And so I've been marrying fairness and improving the system and warding out unconstitutional stops and public safety. We focus on sources of violence. We follow the money and the contraband. That's what I've done throughout my career as a federal prosecutor, as the #2 lawyer in the New York State's Attorney General's office. And we can do that while rooting out racial disparities and having a fair system. I've done that for the past 20 plus years.
I just wonder, like, what exactly will you do with criminal justice reform? Because right now we're seeing, you know, people who were pushing people in the subways, and then you go back and see their history, and they have a long history of in and out of the system. I mean, how do you do that and at the same time reform the system?
Well, that's exactly the point. That's the status quo, that we have what I call churn cases, people going in and out and in and out. That's happening because we're not addressing the underlying issue. Many of those incidents arise from mental health and substance use disorder. So people always will talk about the 10th occasion when something horrific happens. I want to talk about the prior 9. Those are 9 misinterventions. So we're going to be scaling up our infrastructure, diverting people and giving them services, addressing the core issues, so we don't end up with people going back and forth. That's what we do now. It's not keeping us safe, and it's not humane.
If you do win this race, you do have a lot to take on. Tell us how you're going to be taking over that prosecution of the Trump organization, as that's been in the media for quite some time now.
Well, you know, I'm constrained from talking specifically about a case I may inherit, but what voters should know is that I've done this before in terms of jumping in mid-screen to complex white-collar matters. You know, when I was a federal prosecutor, I brought the case that led to the conviction of the former majority Senate leader. I've prosecuted 2 mayors, one for campaign finance fraud, one for bribery. When I was at the Attorney General's office, I led our work on the Trump Foundation matter. So I'm going to follow the facts wherever they go. That's what I've been doing for 20 plus years. But I have a track record of public service, following the facts and doing complex white-collar matters that I think will serve me and Manhattan well.
And Mr. Bragg, if all goes well, you would become the first Black Manhattan District Attorney. Tell us what that means to you, and also what that would mean to someone that looks like you, that's maybe 14 years old, going into high school, being asked what they want to do and what they want to be when they grow up.
Yeah, so I can actually use my own children as a proxy. Early in the pandemic, my son, who was about that age, a little younger, told me he didn't want to wear a face mask. And I said, what do you mean? You know the science? And he said, no, I don't want to wear it because I'm concerned a police officer may confuse me to be a robber and shoot me. That's you know, from seeing images and knowing what's going on with instances of misconduct. On primary night, he was jumping for joy. And I think knowing that his father will be in charge of safety and fairness gives him comfort. And I think by extension, I extend that to people like him, who are my students in my Sunday school class, with the Little League players on teams I've coached. But I also hasten to add, in addition to that sort of symbolic feel, there's real substance in the experience I've lived. We've never had a district attorney who's had a homicide victim on his doorstep, who's had a semi-automatic weapon pointed to his head, who's had a loved one live with him for a year plus after that relative comes home from incarceration. So certainly am excited to lead, excited particularly, as you mentioned, for our youth, but want to point to really the substantive differences and the unique personal and professional experiences that I bring or hope to bring to this role.
So I know you touched on, you know, that shooting in your neighborhood and how you were concerned about your son and all this other stuff. Bail reform laws. You do not see any problem with the way they are right now, because Eric Adams at one point thought that the bail reform law needed to be reformed. Are you okay with the way it is right now? Because lots of people think, you know, we're just letting everybody out on the street without any recourse.
Right. Well, look, I look at the data, and of course, you know, I'm a part and look and follow court cases. We got to look nationally, right? Shootings are up nationally in all sorts of jurisdictions, Republican and Democrat, where there's been no changes to bail reform. Also, if you look at the data, particularly on violent crime, the NYPD's own data, I think it's 0.8%, a pretty low number of people who were released on bail than committing, you know, one of the types of offenses you're talking about. So I'm rooted in the data and rooted in my qualitative personal experience and doing this for 20 plus years. I have, you know, made bail arguments as a defense lawyer. I've obviously made them as a prosecutor, and I posted bail as a loved one. So I've seen the 360-degree figure, and those who are hastening the change, I said, let's look at the national picture and the data, and let's also realize that we've been in the middle of, you know, once in a 100-year pandemic that certainly, I think, that, you know, is affecting what happens.
Alvin Bragg, thank you so much for coming back on Good Day New York, the Democratic candidate for Manhattan District Attorney. We appreciate you coming on. Tomorrow, we're going to speak with your opponent, the Republican looking to be the next Manhattan DA, Thomas Kenneth. Thank you so much, Alvin. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Be well.